NYCFC slid right on into the ninth and final playoff spot in the MLS Eastern Conference after a 3-0 win over Toronto FC Sunday night at RBA. Is this team getting hot at the right time with 3 matches left in the regular season? Roberto Abramowitz is the Citizen Spanish broadcaster, and of course he has the answers. Roberto, how you doing, man? You stayed dry after that win yesterday?
I stayed dry. It was a rough day on the field. Actually, it wasn't that bad. It didn't rain very hard. It was on and off, and but we saw a fun game, that's for sure. Not a lot of people turned out, but the ones who did got their money's worth yesterday for sure.
Well, they got their money's worth. The NYCFC got a much-needed win. It could have been a trap game because of the weather. So what do you say? What are your biggest takeaways from Sunday night?
The biggest takeaway for me is the fact that offensively the team seems to be coming together, and I like the lineup that they were able to put out for this game offensively. They returned Tyler Magno to his favorite position, which is on left wing. Andres Jason, who's one of the homegrown players, has really been playing very, very well as of late. He again scored a goal. He played very well on right wing. You have Santi Rodriguez playing the 10 now that Maxi Morales is out for the rest of the season, and Moussef Bakrar has been fine as your center forward, you know, by the fact that he's been scoring goals for the team, although he didn't score in this game, but he's been scoring goals, but he's occupying the center of defense a lot. They've got to pay a lot of attention to him, which also means that it frees up other guys in other parts of the field.
They're getting the scores, they're getting the goals, and their defense has been lights out. We're talking unbeaten in the last 5, and that includes only 1 goal scored against them in those 5 matches. So when would you say things started to click for this team, and are they playing their best soccer at the right time?
I think that right now they are, but also I think there's a caveat to all of this. They've been playing at home. So all these games, albeit being in 3 different stadiums, Yankee Stadium, Citi Field, and Red Bull Arena, but they still managed to get results. They got 3 wins, 2 ties in these 5 games. So that that has put them into the playoff spot right now, although they've played 1 more game or 2 more games than a lot of the teams that are following them and chasing them. But now their next 2 games are on the road. First on Saturday against Inter Miami, then they've got to travel down to Audi Field to play DC United before they come home for the last game of the season, which is probably going to be in New York City and not at Red Bull Arena against the Chicago Fire. That game, now that both the Mets and Yankees are both eliminated, there's no reason for that game not to return to New York City.
All right, that first away game, like you said, against Inter Miami, that's on Saturday. What's Nick Cushing and his squad focusing on this week? What areas can they continue to improve at?
Well, I think that the team played very well. They played very cohesive. There was only really a couple of good chances that Toronto had in this game, and they were easily handled by Matt Freese, who's now the #1 goalie for New York City FC. They still miss Keaton Parks, but the fact is that Andres Perea has come in here and he's been playing very, very well ever since they acquired him from Philly during the transfer window, the August transfer window. And so he's been playing very well. He looks like somebody who's just not going to be able to leave that lineup. James Sands is now starting to hit his groove again after he came back from the U.S. national team, and I don't think he was playing very well. Now he seems to have settled in very well, and he played a very strong game against Toronto. And then, as we said before, the way that the forward line has been acting and been playing, it looks a lot more cohesive. They seem to be a lot more together. And if Tyler Magno, who's arguably the most talented player that this team has, can continue playing at the level that he's played for the last 2 games, then New York City is going to be okay offensively.
Roberto, tell the people how they can listen to you on Saturday. Say, can we get bilingual? Can we get half English, half Spanish? I love it when you do that.
Well, if you want the English radio, that is going to be on nycfc.com/radio. You can either choose English or Spanish. Glenn Crooks and Matty Lawrence do the English. Myself and Ariel Judas do the Spanish. Also, you can listen to us by downloading the app and the New York City FC app. And then on game day, about an hour before then, you can click on that and you'll be able to listen to the game. We have our pregame show, which is 15 minutes before kickoff. So at 7:15 Eastern time, you'd be able to listen to the game in Spanish or in English if you would like.
Well, the whole city's behind this club. We're rallying behind this club with 3 games left. It's going to be an exciting finish. Roberto, as always, thanks for joining us.
It's my pleasure. Thanks for having me on.